About a month ago, I was down here in Rapid Bay below Adelaide, and I wanted to come up and see Kati Thanda-Lake Eyre National Park. And in particular, I wanted to go to this Halligan Bay Campground, which is a 60-kilometre road from a bit south of William Creek into there. And the main reason I've been to see Lake Eyre twice before was to see the pelicans. And apparently there are about 20,000 pelicans, so I just really wanted to see them. Anyway, I checked all the roads and everything was fine up to William Creek Hotel. But what I didn't do was check that the road, which comes from about here into Lake Halligan, oh, it's a tiny little road, so it's not on there, check that that was open. So when I got there, I found out, this is the website for the road in there, that it's closed. You can't get in there until further notice because of flooding. So that's very annoying. I really want to see the pelicans. So my only alternative is to wait until this opens, which I've got no idea when that would be. This is an example of when you really want to monitor a web page and have it tell you when things change. So there's sort of 4 ways of doing that, and this is quite handy for a whole lot of reasons. All sorts of things that you might want to know when things change. So there's 4 ways of doing it. One is just navigate to this page every day or every week, whenever, and manually look at it. But in this instance, I'm probably going to be close enough in the area for the next 6 weeks, and I want to see the moment it's open so that I can make plans to whether I can come back up and see it or not. My plan is in the next few weeks, there's a track that goes from Ceduna up here to the Transcontinental Railway and then over here. So I'd end up being around here, and then I could come up and see Lake Eyre again if that was the case, if that fitted in with my timeline. So for me, checking every day is not, I'll just forget or something else will happen. So there's 2 bits of software that are specifically designed for doing this that you can use, and you can actually also use AI. AI is the easiest way. Actually, you have to have a paid version of something like Claude CoWork. But let's do the 2 software ways first. The first one is this browse.ai. There'll be a link in the description. You do need to create an account, which I've done, and then you go to this click monitor pages. So I'm just going to highlight the page that I want to monitor, go back to here, paste that in there. If it's a page website needs logging in, you tick that and it'll ask for your passwords. So I'm going to start this training robot studio. So it's fairly self-explanatory once you get in there. And the next software I'm going to show you is pretty similar to this. So we're going to navigate to the page, and you don't need to know any code or anything like that. You don't need to know any code for any of these. So do we want to capture text or a screenshot? So I'm going to capture text. It's not in a list because this is the text I want to capture. It's just text. So click just text, and then I hover over the bit that I want. Now I can hover over that whole bit, or really in reality, this is the bit that I want to monitor. So I click in there, shows me the visible text. That's okay. So I'm going to choose that. This is just an internal note for you. Now it just tells me that that's the name I'm using. That's the text it's going to look for any changes in that text. Save the captured text. and then finish. Now it will show me what it's looking for, and it gives you a name. I'm just going to do Halligan Road Status. Save. We can choose any thing we want. I probably only want it once a week, I think, or actually I'll do it every 3 days. I'll start tomorrow. I just wanted it 09 AM. Notify by email, which is yes, what I want, and save that. So it's going to look for this text. It's going to show me the final screen here. Does the task above match what you want? And I say yes, looks good. So that's in there now. If I go back to my home page, you'll see there's this one here is ready for me to go. The next one is the one called Tracked Pages, pagecrawl.io. Totally similar. You do need to log in. I've done that. Track new page, paste the URL in. And it's just slightly different. For instance, you can track prices to see if something is going to go up or down in price. You can say, let me know when it's X, Y, Z price. So we want to go to a specific area, and it's just cleaning up the page here. And we want to click on the area. That's what we want. So you've got to wait till it highlights the area that you want, and you can check here the tracked content. That's what we want. Track frequency. I'm just going to say this one every 4 days. You can do whatever we like, and notify me via email, and then start tracking. And you'll see that that's listed there to track any changes when they come in. Now, the final way, which I'm showing you for 2 reasons, is by using Claude CoWork. And this is actually the easiest way to do it. I've got a paid version of Claude CoWork, and you do need a paid version. I've got 3 gift invitations to Claude Work that I can give away. So the first 3 people who click on the link that will be in the description will get a week free of Claude CoWork, the paid version, as well as an instruction to set it up. So I've played with this already. I'm going to make another task. So new task. And the easiest way to do this is to actually ask CoWork what you want to do. So I'm going to say, I want to monitor any changes in this website, in a specific area of this website. I'm using Whisper Flow there to talk to my computer to type. It's a lot quicker. Then I'm just going to put the page in, and then I'm going to ask it the best way to do it. Now, I don't need to know if there's a way to do it in any other software. I want to know the best way to use it in CoWork, so I'll just ask it that. What's the best way to get this done using CoWork? And you just use natural language. It's the best way to get a good prompt and discussion. So that's one of the good things about these AIs. You can ask it what's the best way to do something. So I'm just going to hit the go button there. It will think for a little bit. And CoWork is different to Claude Chat in that CoWork does tasks for you. It does all sorts of tasks, but this is just a very simple task that it can do for us. And in a minute it should come up and say, let's schedule a task. Yeah, it's got even more detail than I've thought here. So it's given us some options, and number 1 is what we want. So it's now going to fine tune its answer because it's got that information. So this is language, not anything else as in the other two software areas. So I was going to say, let's set up a scheduled task, but it's going to do that for us. So this is so simple these days. So it's going to check every day. Now I could go in and change that, but let's just leave it at that for the moment. So I've got to click schedule to give it permission to do that. Click schedule. Now it tells me what it's done. I can click run now from my scheduled tasks, but what I'm just going to do is I don't want it every day. So I'm just going to ask it again. Please change the number of times that the task needs to be scheduled to once every week. And again, I'm just pressing down two keys and talking into the computer with Whisperflow, which I'll put a link in the description as well. It's so much quicker. So theoretically, it will update that scheduled task. I'm going to, that's not quite what I wanted, I don't think, but I'm just going to click update here and see if it, oh, here we go. Done. Changed to every Monday at 8 a.m. Now, I can check that up here and you can actually see the previous one I did earlier. We can get it to run only when your computer is awake. I'm always awake by 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, so I'm not going to worry about keep awake because this will stop the computer going to sleep, which I don't want. That now will work for you until you tell it to stop. I've got 3 guest passes. You get a free week of CoWork and you get instructions on how to set it up. I can also show you how to set it up. But it's just an easy way to see the power of some of these tools. And it means you don't, with the other two, they're quite easy to set up. But I find just talking to the computer in natural language is a hell of a lot easier. So see all of them. If you're interested in getting a free week of Claude CoWork, put your name in. I'll have a link in the description, and if you're within the first 3, you'll get your free gift. Thank you.